All right, man. Oh shit! Damn, we live. No buffer, no nothing. Shout out to the internet today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is.
We live, pal. What's up?
All right, we about to get it cracking, brother. Three, two, one.
It's
Yo, 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 yo. What is happening, everybody? It's Item Most High on my tag team partner, CT, aka Chitty Bang. What's happening with your brother?
What's up? What's up? Today has been a lovely day. I say that ironically, but I hope that everything's good with you guys. Well, thank you for joining us here on the Real Wrestling Podcast, the Underground Professional Wrestling Podcast. And we're here to discuss the week that was in professional wrestling. Check us out on RW Podcast One on Twitter. There's a wrestling podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever your all your media associates. You can find us even on
Exactly.
TikTok, Reasonable Wrestling. You can find us there as well. But yeah, we're here to talk the week that was in professional wrestling. Uh, Joint roller Ayatollah, Chris, how you feeling today?
You know what it is, man. I am reluctantly speaking from a person that is about to host his first Thanksgiving in his new home.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to
that's
figure out.
exciting.
Nah, nigga, I'm trying to like, damn, I'm responsible for the turkey and shit, nigga. You
Yes,
know
you
what I'm
are.
saying? Like,
Listen,
fuck, nigga. Like, you know what I mean?
listen, man. Evolution ain't a mystery. Go make that damn turkey.
Nigga,
Yeah.
yo, it was crazy. It's all these horror stories of niggas frying turkey in their backyards with hangers and shit, dropping it in the motherfucking peanut grease and
So,
shit.
are you frying it? Or are you baking it?
Nah, I'm probably gonna end up roasting it.
Roasting it? Okay.
I'm probably gonna get me a turkey and have my dad help me prepare it. My dad coming down from Alabama, and I'm gonna have him help me kind of like let me rub it, massage it down, you know what I'm saying? Give me little pointers and shit like that. And then I'm probably gonna pop it in the oven and cook and roast that shit myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm good on everything else, man. I know how to make mac and cheese. I know how to boil the noodles and motherfucking don't let them cook too long, and shred the cheese myself and you know what I mean. I know how to use the pet milk or the canned milk and make it creamy. I know how to
Okay.
clean the greens and the pop, and peel the string beans and shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
what's up.
I could do a little bit, but my wife more often than not, she probably gonna take over the reins. So shit, I'm just gonna drink beer that whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like all I gotta do is motherfucking pop the turkey in the oven. Shit. But nah, man. I'm honestly, man. I'm doing. I got my hair braided. You know what I'm saying? Just
Okay.
so y'all know, I feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know. I come here, I look a little bit disheveled. They were like, "Damn, do we even want to watch this homeless nigga talk about wrestling?" Nah, you about to watch this pretty boy on wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You dog ass hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least one of us feels good. I've been stressing the fuck out all week, man. But it's all good. We
Oh,
have
believe
ebbs
you
and
me, I've
flows.
been stressing out myself, but you got to look good doing it. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
you gotta look good doing it, man. But yeah, for the most part, we're working on a lot of different business ventures and working on that. But more than anything, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about all that talk. We're here to talk about wrestling. So let's kick it off with the first show of the week, and that is Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
What do you think about the show overall, and what do you think? Did anything stand out to you that you think that was worth noteworthy?
So I'm gonna just say this first and foremost because I think we're gonna freestyle the show, so it's not really gonna be a tough structure we're gonna follow. But I will say this first and foremost: giving things a chance to land. Right, me and you. One of the biggest things that kind of like influenced our friendship was the ability for us to challenge one another, right? But in order for us to challenge one another and how we saw things in our perspective, we always used to give let me land, right? Because if you allow me to let me land, then I am then able to see your whole perspective of things, and then I'll be able to like receive it, and then I'll be able to give you a more cognitive responsive to what it is that you just presented to me. Now, bringing
Exactly.
that to wrestling, being able as a fan to allow things to land isn't always something that we are capable of doing, right? Because we're just so fucking entitled. Like that's just what we are. Like we just entitled to our opinions and how we feel. We talk about Black me. We got a group chat about Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? And like we are entitled to our opinions on being a fan. And it's not always rational. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's more often than not always rational to us, but realistically, it's not always logical to the grand scheme of things, right? Raw was great. It was a great subtle reset. It was a great in a grand scheme and allowing things to land, man. Like we called it. Rhea's gonna be the fifth. I mean, it was foresight. Like people could say it was miles away, but fuck it. If it's what we wanted and they gave it to us, we can't complain about like, oh, it was telegraphed. Well, shit. Guess what? Third and 3 is telegraphed to Tyreek Hill, nigga. Like it's telegraphed. You know what I mean?
mean, and 4th and 18 is telegraphed to Justin Jefferson for an amazing catch. I mean, catch of the fucking century over here.
Yo,
So
it's crazy, dog.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but you still can't stop it. You know, it's telegraphed, but you still can't stop it. You know, we called it with Rhea. We knew it was going to happen, and honestly, it was a successful catch because I think that the way that it came about, I just said everybody wants Sasha Naomi, but we knew Mia Yim just came back, she was going to be in there. We knew that Rhea Ripley was building an angle with Mia Yim when she came back to help out the OC with all her interference. So I'm just happy for War Games. I've been excited since it was announced. So just the fact that we're getting this match on a Survivor Series, I'm excited for it. I think this is the first time it's been in WWE on the main roster. So my whole thing is about War Games is like, will we be seeing the style of the match have any difference on the main roster than it was in NXT? Not necessarily the rules, but there's a main roster style. There's a an NXT style that's a little bit more freeform and kind of reckless.
Bro, you talking about freeform? Did you see Mustafa and Bobby Lashley have that match?
Yeah,
right. Like that. Like that's what I'm saying. The regime change, right? You can see the parallels of football, right? Jeff Saturday, right? Same roster, same coaches, same players. It's just a different attitude in the head,
different approach. Yeah,
it's just hey, listen, I'm not going to change you. I'm not going to change what we do. Hey, he calls this play, you call this play, and you play the best way and the best of your ability, and that's how we're going to do it.
So you're saying that you trust Trips and War Games, and I do too.
Yeah, it's his thing. It's his
thing. Yeah, so
thing.
We're not going to see much of a difference essentially from NXT.
It's just his
thing.
All
right. And I think if it was Vince, we would. Be a lot more story driven, a lot
look
more.
Look how it was presented to us, though, right? Like, look at the okay, Bianca and Bayley went longer than what we wanted because we were clamoring for Bianca and Rhea. Cool. When we talk about working backwards, right? They already know Rhea and Bianca's the thing. It was Rhea and Bianca before Rhea got hurt.
Yeah.
So once she got hurt and they did a filler, this filler's working. We're not going to kill a filler. We're going to bleed it out and have it roll into our new thing that has always been the plan from before.
Everything is timing too, because Rhea wasn't as hot anyways back then.
She's so fucking hot right now, bro.
Yeah.
No, not hot. Well, she's hot.
She's both.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Praise both.
All right, but no, but she's definitely getting a lot more traction, and she's over than she was when that initial match was supposed to happen. Just that little tease of her and Bianca backstage a couple weeks ago, you saw me and Rich in the group chat. We're like, oh, okay, this is what we were just talking about. Like, we're interested to see where this goes. And in my mind went to, of course, we're going to see them, link up in War Games. Right after War Games, I mean, not necessarily right after, but like we have this War Games Survivor Series has the longest gap between paid live events or special pay per views or whatever you want to call it between this and the Royal Rumble because there's no day one event, there's no Armageddon, there's no TLC. They're gonna go wait all the way from the end of November to the end of January. So I think that's gonna be the time where we're gonna see that develop, between Rhea and Bianca.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if anything, I'm sorry to keep cutting you off. I'm sorry, but if anything, reasonably, reasonable wrestling. Sorry, reasonably, the thing would be for their main roster story that started at the Royal Rumble with them being the last two, propelled Bianca to the historic match with Bianca, propelled Bianca to where she is right now. Rhea and Bianca has to take place at Royal Rumble. To me, that is like you build that story up to where the trajectory of those two careers happened when they both was hanging on the rope and Bianca stood tall and Rhea did.
Only way it doesn't happen if they plan for Rhea to win the Royal Rumble. And that's the only difference I would say is that if they plan for Rhea
Becky's coming back to win that. I have a feeling that Becky's coming back to win that, and she's gonna tell Bianca, "I love you. I don't want. We've made history together."
But Ronda,
bitch. Like I feel like that's gonna be the. I think that's and we don't need Charlotte to win the Rumble for us to have Charlotte, Bianca at Mania, Becky, Ronda at Mania. I think that's.
I would love that. That's what I'm rooting for. I mean, obviously we're talking like months down the line, but like this is how we talk about wrestling here on Reasonable Wrestling. We're bookers. Like
at least we try to do it reasonably. At least we try to do it reasonably.
Exactly, but bring it
right now and use it. Right? We
Listen, we know who's hot in the industry. We know who's gonna move the needle. We know what the marquee matches are before they even happen because we watched a lot of wrestling. We watch wrestling now, so we know where Rhea's at. We know where Charlotte and Becky's at. If Becky's injury is fine, and I think she does need to come back and go after Damage Control first. I do. If she wins the Royal Rumble, we got to see something between them, and and her, in between WrestleMania. I would want to see that still, capsulated with that, them taking her out before she goes after Ronda. I like Ronda being the heel on SmackDown, but bringing it back to
I'm sorry to because
go ahead.
Last Friday either. That let's just put a bow on the women's division and totality of that company. Ronda stepping into it, the way she's stepping into it is perfect. Like that's the only thing we can say. Like it is just plain and simple perfect. You got Shayna as her heater. Shayna has been implemented into this system well, right? Yeah. Shayna's Von Miller to the Bills, to OBJ, and like, yeah, man, you're gonna fit great. You just gotta do it this way, right? I've been here. This is how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, and Shayna is a great person that can give Ronda what she always needed, which is can nobody. You're Ronda. You're the baddest fucking bitch in the world. Nobody can mentor you or teach you, right? Like even in her UFC, like she has her coaches, but still but in this, to have somebody be somebody, her and Natty, between Natty and Shayna with Ronda kind of giving her the game and the mental and shit like that. I think the little nuances and shit like that. Like I think Ronda is fitting really well as the dominant heel champion on SmackDown.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is where she fits. I think it's where she belongs. I think she should be a heel for a while, honestly. To be quite honest, I wouldn't mind if Shayna turns face in the future. And Ronda, she drops the title to Shayna. Like that's what, like in my mind, I see it like a heel Ronda, where Shayna's like fed up with being the lackey, and she's like down talking her eventually, and then the fans get behind Shayna, where she's just like, all right, she has to do Ronda's dirty work all over and over and over and over again, and she gets sick of it. Eventually, Ronda's like, pick my bags up or something demeaning. Boom, a turn happens. You set up a Shayna Baszler versus Ronda match, and Shayna wins the title off of her friend in a very emotional confrontation. Now, before we get there, we can go through all the Becky Lynch and everybody else. But I'm waiting for the Shayna Baszler title run, which she honestly, I thought should have happened by now. Being the way she debuted against Becky Lynch, I thought they were making her a big deal, but it's been years since that WrestleMania match. But we'll see, and everything happens in due time. Everything is timing, and this is a great spot for her. This is a
What you
great
think
spot for
about
Shayna.
Shotzi?
Huh?
What you think about Shotzi?
Shotzi needs a lot of work. I think she has a look. She's pretty. She can
She has
wrestle.
charisma.
She has charisma. She just needs to bring it all together. This is a good test for her, but she got the entrance even. Like you just need to put it all together. And as far as character work, I think that's not like the aesthetics of it all is not enough for me personally to say she's now next up. I think she can have a match. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Aaliyah has had a women's title match, and I don't think she's winning it from Ronda at all. But it's a good spot for her.
Um, outside of that, outside of that, um, man, what else on the women's division is? Did we talk about Mandy Rose from NXT?
Well, before we get to that, I want to wrap up with Raw and the War Games match. There still is a spot available on the babyface side.
Oh, the women's side.
The women's side, yeah. So I think that goes to Candice LeRae since Damage Control took her out. We already talked about that last week. She has a hardcore side to her. So I'm just waiting for that debut hopefully next week. It's Monday Night Raw. And we'll see that go forward. I think that Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa versus Dakota Kai, Io, Bailey, Rhea, and is that it? No, and Nikki Cross. I think that's going to be awesome. I think that has a potential to steal the show. But I do believe that these women are going to put on a great show. Like they all can wrestle. They're all great. And I'm looking forward to War Games for the women's side. I really like it's one of my most anticipated matches of the night. Looking forward to that. But on going to NXT with Mandy Rose, I'm done. I'm done with the Mandy Rose thing, man. That's just me. She's just not for me. Honestly, she's not for me. That's it. I don't want to beat her down every week. I don't. I don't.
I mean, she does legitimately give me the Nikki Bella vibes, right? Because listen, man, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Hall of Famers. I mean, but when they first came on the scene, wrestling zealots, real beaters. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, they just some cheerleaders, right? They cheerleaders, bro. Like, and they bust their ass. They worked hard through all the scrutiny and everything like that. Who they date, who they fucking, all types of shit like that. Like, who they married to.
I think Nikki Bella.
They fought all that to be credible champions.
I do, and Nikki Bella proved to me that she earned her spot. And the reason why is because it wasn't just her in-ring work that improved, it was her character work. Mandy Rose has not shown that she has the capability to hold an angle that I'm interested in. She's not great on the mic. She's not great in her character work. She's not great at really anything. She's really mid.
That also her challengers though too, bro. Like.
So you got mid versus mid. The entire reign.
I'm asking you, is this a whole year reign? And I know you say give you Roxy as champion, and we know Roxy and Cora Jade could have.
I like Alba Fire. I'll be honest with you. I think Alba Fire was the one. I thought that Indy Hartwell also was the one. I think those two girls were the ones to overcome. And then I know that Nikita Lyons is very new, but she seems like she got some star potential. Even freaking Lash Legend has star potential. So I'm looking at it from a position of there's other women that are just as good or even better and then Mandy that are on the same roster. I think she's not the top of the roster, in my opinion. She's not. She's at the top. She's definitely at the top somewhere, but she's not top 1, 2, or 3.
Wow, you can't say Lash Legend is over Mandy Rose, man. I'm not putting the title on Lash.
As far as charisma, she is. As far as star potential, I think she is. As far maybe not as ring work. That's the only thing she needs, and she needs some work on that. Fine, you maybe not put her above Mandy, but I think Roxy, I think Alba Fire, Indy Hartwell, all three women who I would say are better champion. It would be better champions than Mandy Rose. I think that Mandy Rose has done her time. I think that not that she shouldn't have been champion ever. I think that she's done enough. Let her get a break or something. Like you would say, John Moxley should go take a break. Mandy Rose, go take a break. You did great for a year. You NXT 2.0. You put it on your back in the women's division. You held it down for a year. Go take a break.
See, that's the positivity I was trying to end on. That was great. That was great. Now, who's this new motherfucker that knocked Alba Fire off the ladder?
Oh my god! I saw that and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Who is this new nigga? Like who?
There's a lot of new people popping up. I mean, it's NXT, so it's always gonna be like that. But
who's you?
Who is you?
Yeah, man. So I think the women's division are all.
Who woman's is this? What's her name again? She sprayed the mist.
Is it Isla Dawn or
Isla
something?
Dawn, like man. So apparently she was in NXT UK. She has a reputation for being a decent wrestler. She had a big feud with Miko Satomura, and then she has like a dark, and then she went to like a dark angle. I don't know much about her, so I think her and Alba Fire can maybe put on a show for the mid card of the women's division. My question is who's gonna go after Mandy now? Like is it gonna be some kind of triple threat situation? I don't know, but I get this title of Mandy, please. I just don't want it. I'm over Toxic Attraction. I really am. They're boring to me. The best thing about Toxic Attraction is Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. They're a great tag team.
So you said 2 out of the 3 things, and Mandy wasn't the champion. You'll say 3 out of 3 things. You just don't want Mandy champion. Toxic Attraction is a good act. They're a good act. They're a good act. And when they had all the titles, they were a good act. And I think that was the thing.
Time has passed.
Yeah. I feel you on that. But
and when they won the titles, I was all for it. All right, cool. They won it. And now I'm like, all right, cool. You could even call them up if you want. Like, I don't care. Like, do what you want with them. The women's division NXT has been to be subpar. And maybe it is, the women are not ready yet. But we'll see. We'll see where things go.
Sasha Banks came back to NXT.
Honestly, I think she would. So
no. I'm saying no. Just hear me.
I don't think she would do it. I think that she.
Why wouldn't? Only reason I'm asking that is this.
Hey, I just want to see Sasha Banks. I don't care where she's at.
No, that's why I'm asking you. If Sasha comes back and does like, I want to work a part-time schedule full time. Like, I'll work NXT. I'll fucking stay in Florida and do Florida loops, but I don't want to fucking go across the country, nigga. Like, that's not what I want to do. And she comes back and she's the standard of NXT and she's the champion.
I see what you're saying. I wouldn't mind that at all, but it's just not realistic. I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all, but it's just not realistic. I don't see Sasha Banks coming back to NXT.
Did it?
Who?
Finn did it. Finn came back and stayed at the crib and was champion for a minute.
Finn is not Sasha Banks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What is the excuse of Sasha not doing it though? Like you're saying, it's not
Sasha. If you're paying Sasha, you're putting her on your main shows to draw tickets there. NXT doesn't have big enough houses for Sasha Banks. Now she could go down there for a match, maybe, but like she's not gonna like when she's on the marquee, you're selling out, or at least she's a draw. Put it that way. You'll be selling out the Full Sail Arena, of course, when Sasha's gonna be there, but they're going to use her to her best utilization with the company, which is saying, hey, put her at, XYZ, paid live event, Raw, SmackDown, that type of stuff.
So let's do it in business logic. I mean, if you talking about Cody, Randy, niggas like that, Charlotte returning, Becky returning, like, nigga, they getting money anyway. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying, but you don't see Randy Orton going down to NXT to do a whole stint for work part-time there. That's just not realistic. When you get to a certain level, which I know Finn did it, Finn is not at the same level as Sasha Banks, sorry, as far as marquee names. He's not. And I know we love Finn.
Jericho did it. Jericho put Bray on when he went down there and did it.
Jericho's different. Jericho's a different person. Like he is different. Like when he did it, mind you, he wasn't as that high either. John Cena was like the top dude, and he went down there for NXT. He didn't even do a whole. That's what I mean. Like Jericho did not go down there like part time and stay there. Like he was there for a match. I can see Sasha doing that. I don't see him like
My
her
thing is
doing an
like,
angle
where's
like
the
Apollo or like.
where's the trajectory of her when she of the division? Well, we just planned it out. We just plotted out. We say we got Bianca, Charlotte, Ronda, Becky at WrestleMania. So Bianca, if Naomi and Sasha come back, you throwing them back in the tag division?
Why not? Why not? I mean, at the end of the day, you're here to wrestle, and I think at some point, yeah, you Sasha will be a main event at WrestleMania, or even prior to or after. But the thing about it is, like, we just need Sasha on our TV screen. If that's how they're looking at it, we just need her, and we can't give her some bullshit tag angle. We got to give her a real, story. We can't just just diminish the tag division, the women's tag division. I think that
I mean,
Io Shirai and Dakota Kai need that kind of influx of tag team competition. They need that. There's a lot that I just don't. I think that she can elevate NXT. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. I mean, I don't mind it, but I don't think it's realistic.
Because we've talked about how NXT doesn't get you there.
I'll tell you this:
if Carmelo Hayes is world champion and Sasha Banks makes a return, Tuesdays is a must-see fucking show now.
Yeah, like, I'm not denying that, but it's not realistic for Sasha to go there. Yeah. I think it's realistic for Carmelo to come and be a champion. I mean, that could actually happen. What else interested me?
Oh, hey, shit.
Zoe Stark. She turned heel.
Here, I gotta change that. My bad. I'm sorry.
What happened?
That was a joke.
I was looking at that. I was like, okay, you just kept it. Yo, Pat McAfee, we have no heat with you, man. We got no heat with you. It's like 1 week in a row it's a joke. 2 weeks in a row it's like, all right. Listen. All right, but when it comes to NXT, Zoe Stark, I think I've always said that she has talent, and I want to see her as a heel. She made a turn on Nikita Lyons. That's something that I see that I can come to see it where that goes, and see her build as a heel star over there.
What you think about that promo?
Damn, I missed the promo.
It was long in the tooth.
I need to see it again. I missed it.
It was.
I did catch Carmelo and West though. Of course, got catch our guy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. And Booker T is hilarious. So. That just made for like it just.
That's a shucky ducky quack.
Yeah, like so. I'm loving that angle. I can't wait to see that match, of course. Then 1-on-1 finally, in a match. And I think that Wesley
Apollo Braun finally.
Okay. Apollo Braun is happening.
Yeah, Apollo had a match with JD McDonough. Yo, that nigga Booker T called him JD McDonough, the #1 stunner, and I love it. I fucking love it, bro.
I'm sorry. Stunner. That's awesome, man. So I was in and out of NXT. I missed some of it. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, but that's hilarious. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we got McDonough and Apollo Crews, who had an absolute banger for a Tuesday match, and Braun definitively had the match with Von Breaker. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Braun Breaker had the match with Von Wagner, beat him definitively, and as he just trying to recuperate, both McDonough and Apollo Crews is like, breathe easy, brother. I'm coming next. You know what I'm saying? So Apollo won that match. And so we got Apollo and Braun Breaker, which I think is going to be fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said, I'll see you around. Finally, we get that match, And we got Deadline coming up. Big news, NXT. Innovative match coming up. I thought it was interesting.
King of the Mountain?
It's kind of King of the Mountain, essentially. I never really knew what King of the Mountain was. I didn't really know. Like, those King of the Mountain and NXT TNA matches, never really watched them. Never really cared. But I think NXT might be able to make me interested. I think that I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. A match where you can win by points. It's like pretty much you get called. It's 30 minutes. Iron Man match. It's like a combination of an Iron Man. Huh?
Yeah, 25. It's a 25-minute. It's a 25-minute gauntlet match.
Gauntlet match. There you go.
It starts with two competitors, and every couple of minute intervals, new challengers come in, and whoever has the most pinfalls at the end of the countdown of 25 minutes wins the match. Now, when you get pinned, submitted, or disqualified, you then have to go sit in the corner
penalty box
for like 90 seconds. And I'm like, God damn, like, man, you gotta lose time too. That's crazy.
This is a little bit complicated, but I'm curious to see how it turns out. NXT deadline's coming around the corner, and I think I like NXT just trying shit. These are the type of stuff that I used to like to, imagine in my head. If I were to make up a match, what would I make? And they're going out there like, let's just fucking try it, So we'll see if it works. I like them innovating and using this opportunity to try something new and get some of these guys some time on TV and get them over.
You know what else works? And I just want to, we bounce back and forth. We said we was freestyling today. You know what else works that I love that they just trying shit with? My nigga Austin Theory. That boy working. He working. That nigga working. That nigga Austin Theory is working. And I know
he's been working for a while.
A lot of people are saying like, yo, we don't like the fact that, he is doing the gimmick that everybody else is doing. Everybody's snapping. Bobby's snapping. Liv snapping. Austin Theory snapping. Niggas just...
I noticed that too.
Niggas just snapping their ass off of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, though. I like Austin Theory. He gave his explanation. Niggas like, why you ain't cash in? Why you ain't wait? My nigga said, bruh, you see that nigga Roman? Okay. He got squad. I can't get past Wakanda, nigga. I can't get past this force field of twins and then little brother and then a fucking Montreal nigga.
Brock Lesnar, Tyson Fury, all that shit. Yeah.
That nigga Tyson is like, yo, I tried to figure it out. I did. I wanted to be champion. Niggas did not let me be champion.
But my thing is, you still have like another 7 months to hold it and figure it out.
That nigga said, man, this briefcase heavy. I gotta go to all these airports with this shit, nigga. Like, yo, I'd rather have a belt than a briefcase.
All you need to wait for your perfect opportunity, and that's why you're stupid. Listen, I knew this was gonna come.
He was never the ultimate opportunist to begin with. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, he looks like a dumb kid, and I think that's why they're going with that angle, and it could work. I think that they, more than anything, was like, I don't want to saddle him with this money to make anymore. I want to change him up a little bit. I want to see him go after the United States Championship, but we got to make it interesting, and he has a briefcase already. How do we get him to lose the briefcase and still go after the United States Championship? And that's what they did, which I don't mind it, but I personally, this might be the dumbest cash in of all time, and I think that's all you gotta say.
Well, that's fine when you just preluded that and say he's a dumb emotional kid, right? So if we are, and it's not us trying to just make excuses for what they gave us. It's like, okay.
No, it goes with the storyline. I'm not mad at it because they actually followed through with the story the right way. If
there's logic to it, then you explain it, right? Like, you're showing the seeds of Kevin Owens saying everything you got is handed to you. You got Roman Reigns telling you, hey, daddy ain't here to protect you no more, right? You got everything in line. Is like, yo, every time you think that you're going to try to do something, we gonna make sure it don't happen because and
You think
also
you're the next best thing, big thing, but you ain't yet, and you got Corey Gates keep pumping him up on the microphone saying he is, but then he keeps on falling short,
we
which I
got
like because you can't just throw it into his kid's hands just because he looks like the quintessential WWE
well,
superstar, just because
not
he
so
looks the
much,
part.
not so much. That is two. It's two stories, like, and two companies are telling the same story. If you're paying attention,
Come on,
Warlord,
MJF.
Warlord Samoa Joe
Okay.
and Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, the same story. A nigga talked themselves into an ass whooping, right? The nigga had the money in the Bay briefcase and said, yo, I'm gonna be the greatest cash-in ever. Well, nigga, Rollins is the cash-in of the millennium, brother. Like, I don't know how you get better than that. So Rollins speak on the mic and say, yo, the kid's good. He's never gonna be me. Now, also logically, Rollins is going face. So Theory and Rollins, ideally,
It allows Theory to elevate as a heel,
exactly.
because you can't have heel Seth Rollins and
Exactly.
heel Seth Rollins. I
Exactly.
mean, baby, a heel Austin Theory on the same roster and not see him being completely diminished.
Exactly.
So I think that gives him an opportunity to rise as a heel more than anything. Bobby said he's still a nice guy, so it looks like he's not turning heel because he's been snapping lately. But what he did say is, I just took out Brock Lesnar, and I realized that I'm the biggest, baddest guy here. And I can just do what I want. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to be anybody's ass that I feel like it, which is awesome. Which, like
Black
you guys
power,
said,
brother.
this
Black
is the
power.
Bobby that I've always wanted. The guy
I
who, like,
appreciate
listen,
that.
what you guys have been saying, like, this is the Bobby that I wanted, and we're getting it. But I did feel like a little while, like, okay, what are they doing? He just lost the United States Championship, lost to Brock. How they're going to keep him still, respected. And I think by him going out there and just taking out Seth, taking out Austin Theory, taking out Mustafa, yes, he's not the biggest babyface in the company because Seth is now the babyface.
But this is how they elevate the story, right? To pay attention to what this. I don't know. I don't read no dirt sheets. I'm not influenced by no thing. This is just me high freestyle. I asked her, are we going to get a trilogy for Bobby Brock? Yeah. Mania.
I think the next time that Bobby gets a chance for a United States Championship.
Nah, Brock eliminates Bobby in the Rumble.
Okay.
Brock eliminates Bobby in the Rumble.
And then it's like, no, all right, we got to settle this at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Once and for all.
That's how we do it. Because I don't think Bobby goes after the United States Championship anymore. I think right now what we're going to see is Bobby.
I mean, he's still going for it, but he ain't gonna win it.
I think what's going to happen is more often than not, I think, for me personally, I think that Bobby has to focus his sights on like what Drew's doing with somebody that matters, right? Like a feud that can hold place in, because if you pay attention to the Universal Championship, it is unified, but they are still their own championship. So therefore, Roman can lose either championship still.
I know. Yeah. And I keep telling you, like, what they're doing with Walter is great. What they're doing with Seth is great. They don't need to split it at this point, because Seth is literally holding down the fort as the main star in Raw with the United States Championship as if it is a main championship. Everybody's gunning for him. I love it. Like, that's all you need to keep the prestige of your mid-card titles high. Gives you time to give the women's tag team division some time on TV. It gives you time to get the any other angles you want to push. The tag team titles, the men's tag team titles.
What they doing with Riddle, bro?
I mean, he had a great match with Chad Gable, but right now he's forming a band with Elias, and he's playing the bongos. He's getting people to to play his bong, and
hit his bong.
He said hit his bong, yeah. So it's a thing that they see him as a comedic angle, and they're gonna play into that to the time being. He's in a holding pattern again. So at the end of the day, he can't challenge for Roman championship again. That's why I would have loved to see if he beat, you know, Austin Theory for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Riddle got that, and then he has a ticket to challenge Roman again or anytime. That would have bring it full circle with what happened with him and Randy
Yo,
earlier in the year.
I would love a Randy come back and just be like, "Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Huh?
Playing the fucking bongos. Well, did I teach you anything?
Yeah, I want him to come back and snap on that nigga, bro.
No, and maybe that's what's gonna happen. But I genuinely see him as a baby face that is just entertaining. There's some characters that are just entertaining baby faces. He's doing that now. I think anything that Elias touches is not gonna work personally for me. Whether it's Ezekiel or Elias, I've not been a big fan of his, and it's not that he's not a good performer. I think that he's funny sometimes, but lately he hasn't really been hitting for me. So he just lost to Otis. Riddle lost to Gable. Shit, to me that shit is over. But obviously it's not because they're in a holding pattern. But Riddle going forward, like I always said before, him and Randy is the WrestleMania spot. It should have been the WrestleMania spot last year to me, but now with the Riddle getting injured, with Randy getting injured, he can return at the Royal Rumble, and we can set it up then. We'll see. We'll see how things pan out for our guy Riddle, but he's doing his thing. He's having fun.
Now, is anything else on Raw pertinent?
Baron Corbin, JBL. What do you think about that pairing?
Bro, I said pertinent, my man.
I guess not. I guess not, man.
Was there anything on SmackDown that we missed that we needed to outside of Ronda and Shayna? Shout out to
the Usos.
I was about to say shout
Usos New Day, and then they're setting up war games with them.
Viking Raiders, man. Shout out
Raiders.
That tag team invasion in SmackDown is slowly but surely picking it up. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real pamish out there. You know.
I see. This is why I like the titles on Raw, both of them, or you can unify them because the tag titles needs time. The women's tag titles needs time. The mid card titles need time as well. So why have two world champions that just eat up main title angles when you have people like Bobby fighting for United States Championship and really holding a strong angle with Seth? Like people like Walter and Sheamus fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. These are heavyweights, mind you, that are running that mid card division, giving it a lot of prestige. They can hold an angle rather than giving it the title to like a Ricochet who can't really hold an angle. Like I think that's where it belongs. Like give it that importance.
Listen, I think I can't say that because if you give me an angle of Johnny Gargano, if you give me Rollins dropping the title to Theory and Gargano for the United States Championship, and now you got Rollins, Bobby going after, and Riddle going after a Reigns on one roster, and then you got a motherfucking Drew, a Sheamus, a Gunther going after Roman. Like, can you imagine the stress that the bloodline has to have to protect Roman from both rosters because he has two titles? That's a story that I would like to see. Also, the infiltration of Sammy also getting a little big eye because while he's being inside, he knows that he can kind of get to Roman because he's closer than anybody else of a Rollins, a Bobby. So like Kevin Owens, like I think like having Reigns mentally break because he's too tired to fucking defend himself from both angles, while also the Usos. You got the tag division coming up on SmackDown. Tez is going to get healthy. Tez and Angelo is just waiting, chomping at the bit to
What
get
if we had?
one more time. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
like it, but if we're doing it that way, the only way I would like to see it play out is if there's like a war going on for Roman's titles. People are taking each other out. They take out the Usos on one brand. They take out Sammy on the other brand. They take out Solo on the other brand. Sammy and Solo on the other brand, and then he's by himself. And then he has to defend it by himself. He's going, he's panicking. He's going, and then you hear, "If you smell," and he comes out, and it's like you got that one more challenge to see if you're. And then meanwhile, a week prior or a week after, it's the Royal Rumble, and Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, and Roman has to face two people at WrestleMania and defend both championships.
yo, that would be crazy.
That would be amazing.
That would be crazy. Roman on both nights. You sell Roman on both nights. Like that's
Against Cody and Rock, and Roman will go down in history as one of the greatest of all time. If he can pull that off, to defend two championships back to back WrestleMania nights.
I'm pretty sure
the only person to ever do that.
The title that he'll beat Rock. My thing is, you lose the Cody night one, and then you beat Rock night two. Like because you still can hold the title. You could be head of the table. You shake hands with the Rock, and then you can continue any storyline on that fucking champion on that channel, and then Cody can go on another champion.
Just give us the pen already, yo. That's the only way that I think that's the best way to set up WrestleMania. It's something that we haven't seen before. It's a challenge for Roman. He can literally say, "I'm the only person to ever defend two titles back to back." He can still have a championship after WrestleMania. Cody's now a new champion on Raw. Like it changes the entire landscape, and it still pushes up Roman at the same time.
My thing is, Cody has to win the WWE Championship, so he has to win the Raw title.
Yeah.
Then you let Roman keep the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
Cody came back and he said he wanted that specific title. That's the lineage. That's the title he wanted for his dad. That's the title he wanted to give down to his daughter. So you have him win the Raw title on Saturday. Cody wins the joint, and then Roman comes out. He gotta defend the head of the table against the fucking Rock. Oh, that shit would be crazy.
Yeah. The Rock and Roman tonight too, and Roman has already lost to Cody, and he's like, "Man, can I do it again against my cousin, one of the biggest legends of the industry of all time?" It's already, it's awesome. That's an awesome WrestleMania right there. Awful, and yeah, I think then we got Charlotte and Bianca. We have Becky and Ronda. It's just all. I think that's how I would book it. But other than that, yeah, I think that SmackDown's been good. I just really want to keep the prestige. If you're gonna split the titles, I want to keep the timing and prestige on these titles as strong as possible. Not just the United States Intercontinental Championship. I'm talking about the tag team titles. Like they did the damn thing with the Usos over the past couple months with that, and I respect it. I respect the respect they put on the tag division now, and I respect the respect they put on even the women's tag division, given that time, and now they haven't, need to find more competitors for Dakota and Io, but I think that putting that another main title card on a Raw or SmackDown and splitting it just allows for people to get lost in the shuffle, and I think that this is a better system for a more quality angles and building people up in different ways, in the sense that we don't have to have everybody go after the championship, But and mind you, I just like the prestige of having one really strong champion in the company that everybody's chasing after.
Well, I mean, we can switch over to AEW. And there is one championship that people are chasing after. And it's Jon Moxley's championship. And he's going against your boy MJF. The story's a little lukewarm for me. How do you feel about it, brother?
I think I'm ready to see the match.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the match. I think the angle they did. I think that only so much can. I think that they like you're right in a sense of when you added the firm to it. It's okay for do it for 1 week, but you can't do it for 3 weeks in a row. You can't do like, oh, they're beating up John Moxley through, like that's doesn't, or beating up MJF, and then we have you need more substance than that one promo with MJF, and we go, and they did not quite give that to us. I did like John Moxley promo this week on who he saw, who he says MJF is, and he spoke truth. Like, yo, you won one match, you were gifted a chip, so like, excuse me if I'm not shaking in my boots. Like, all right, you can't really harm me because I like fighting, like, and so he's kind of like nonchalantly going into this match. But is John Moxley underestimating MJF? And that should be the story to me. That should have been the story from day one. Is John Moxley underestimating the threat of MJF because he has taken the easy way out so many other times? And the firm could have done what they did 1 week. It didn't have to go on over and over and over again, week after week.
Well, I think that's the reason why I was so disinterested in the beginning, or not in the beginning, I'm sorry, in the progression of the story. Once MJF said he wanted to do it by himself, I did not expect to see the firm 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row. Did not. I expected it to be just back and forth banter, which I could still get tired of. But to add in this wrinkle of Stokely, and then you got, it's just.
I think that you should have given MJF matches. You should have had him in matches that where he had an opportunity to cheat and he chose not to. Like, and mind you, that might still not be to your liking, because I think that you're not necessarily interested in John Moxley as much as other people are. I think that.
But if you tell a story of MJF, I care, nigga. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you telling the story of MJF, of like MJF having, like, if MJF is fighting the Blackpool Combat Club these 3 weeks as tune-ups, right? Like, if MJF,
Yuta, Cesaro. Yeah, but they're also in other angles, so like, yeah.
I'm saying, like, if I mean, and Moxley even alluded to, you haven't wrestled in 6 months. Last time you won was against my young boy. Like, if Moxley cut that promo 3 weeks ago, MJF comes out there and be like, "Oh, so you want to see me fight?
Mm-hmm.
I'll fight every member of the Blackpool Combat Club until I get to you," or some shit. Or some
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Like, you get him to beat Willa Yuta, and Yuta can then have the frustration with Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson, like, you lost to that,
but you still would need to have to include Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara if you're trying to get to this match, because mind you, they're not the only match on Full Gear. Like, you got to have this ROH championship match as well. So, like, how do you mix that in with those matches? Because I say that you would have to have Chris Jericho or Sammy come out to help out, and MJF kind of stop him, like, yo, don't you get fucking involved in this match. Some way, somehow they still do. All right, disqualification. He's pissed off. All right, next week is Bryan Danielson. All right, no interference at all. He has security blocking the entranceway. They have a one-on-one fight, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And somehow, the Jericho Appreciation Society once again gets involved.
I think what he does is, if we just pass booking or whatever, my thing is, I'm not to cut you off, but I'm listening to you and I'm here. What I would do is, I'll have MJF, when Jericho Society interferes, like, say they come out and knock out Willa Yuta or some shit like that. Or this is my thing. I'm sorry. He beats Willa Yuta straight up. That's a straight up win. He don't fight.
He did that already, yeah.
Right, but I mean, I'm just saying, this just prelude, just
yeah. Go ahead.
And then his next challenge is Bryan Danielson, because Willa Yuta is not in that fight, in that ROH championship match. He's not. Yeah. So Bryan Danielson comes out. Jericho comes out, interferes. MJF tells the ref, "I lost." Right? To build up credibility. And trying to be like, nah. He interfered. I lost. That's the DQ on me. and then he tells and like I'm turning a new leaf, Mox.
Yeah, he gets a mic and he
You
gets a
know,
promo.
or
Yeah,
some shit like
he don't
that.
even got to wrestle that much. If that's in that case, yeah,
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, and I think with that, that's still an interesting story about MJF because my thing is he can do all of this, and William Regal can still give him the brass knucks, and he'll cheat, and I'll love that motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't if it's compelling.
When it comes down to the moment when you have the
Exactly.
championship right in your grasp, will you choose to cheat?
Exactly. And if you tell me that story, I don't give a fuck about Moxley. Moxley's not even involved in none of that. If you give me the story of MJF building himself up, that's the story that I can motherfucking.
But will you care about Moxley if Moxley cheats to win, and then they do the double turn? Like that's what I said a couple weeks ago. I was like, if it gets to the point,
he's telling. I mean, if they both saying that the championship is what they need and what they need to breathe and shit like that, and if MJF is giving the opportunity to like say it's a drag out, knockdown fight or whatever the case may be, and Moxley yells at Regal, "Give me the nuts! Give me the, you know what I'm saying?" Like, and Regal goes into his fucking and throws him into the ring type shit and turns his back or whatever, and Moxley picks up the nuts, knocks out MJF and wins the match. I love that shit because it will progress the storyline. You know what I'm saying?
I bet, because I know that you wanted Moxley to get the fuck out of here, but I think that would be the best way to go about it for me, because I'm like, I don't mind MJF winning the championship, mind you, because I'm a fan of MJF. I want it to happen, but he's so entertaining right now that I think that will kind of like take the air out the room. Oh, he won it already. Like, you know, I think you want to take it a little bit further. Also, Mox as a heel and, you know, and MJF as a babyface officially and extending this feud gives more legs to AEW. And I'm tuning in to find out what's going to happen with the Blackpool Combat Club. Is it still going on? How do they feel about it? How does Regal feel about everything that he did and everything he talked about? You know, and then the fallout from that, you know, and mind you, MGF teasing that he might cheat and then not doing it still. And he's like, yo, maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. And it going down that path where he's conflicted on, you know, whether you want to be the devil or whether you want to be the
what you think about this nigga? What you think about this nigga legitimately, like between Moxley and MJF? Just straight fuck the firm. Them niggas just been talking for 3 weeks, bro. Like they just been straight up just talking back and forth for 3 weeks, bro. Like that don't get nobody hype, man. It don't. And I'm not gonna stay here long because there's some other shit on AEW that I fucking fuck with.
The firm should be, because the Ass Boys are in there and they got Ethan Page. Ethan Page should be going after Wardlow in some facet. You know, you got, you know, Morrissey as the muscle, Lee Moriarty. He's now facing for the FTW championship tomorrow against Hook. So I think that's how I would structure it, because I do believe Stokely is a very, very great charismatic talker on the mic, and he can make things work. But this is not where he's needed. Like he's not needed in the world title picture right now.
He's just not needed. Leave the bitches. I know we don't like to use.
Well, you know why? Because they don't need him.
So where is he needed? Because if he ain't needed,
I just told you, tag division, FTW championship, you know, TNT championship, you know, with Ethan Page. Ethan Page does need a heater, you know. The Ass Boys do need a heater. You know, Lee Moriarty does need, a mouthpiece. You know, not a heater, a mouthpiece. And then you got Morrissey as the muscle who can back all you guys up. But essentially, that's what should be going down, in my opinion. And, you know, you got Lee Moriarty can face for the FTW championship or, you know, the pure championship at any given time against, you know, Garcia. So that's how I will structure the firm and have him just be their mouthpiece. But he's not needed in the main event title picture. This has nothing to do with him. He got fired, okay? Unless something happens with him at Full Gear, this was a waste.
I mean, it's been a waste.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
It was not a waste. is all that meat that they got on AEW. Boy,
What? Pause. What are you talking about?
nigga, Warlow, Will Hobbs, Samoa Joe. Yeah,
Okay.
not letting that smorgasbord go to waste, my nigga. They
Okay. And that's another thing that I was kind of confused with. Like,
a buffet full of meat, brother.
is it a triple threat or is both titles? Because at the end of the day, you got TNT Championship and a feud with the ROH champion, TV champion, and then you got Will Hobbs just chilling
Yes,
like
let's do it.
I'll fuck both of you guys up.
Let's do a good old fashioned triple threat for both titles, a la Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho. Let's do that. Let's put both titles on the line.
So two falls.
2 out of 3 falls match. First winner wins one title. Second,
it's just 2 falls. It's just 2 falls.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, back to back, and then I don't mind that if we're going that route. But if they're not,
ain't going that route. But that's what I'm saying. That's what
if they're not, then I'm like, why are you? It kind of bugs me. I wanted to see Wardlow and Samoa Joe too, but not right now. While you have Will Hobbs going after,
did not need a Hobbs. Hobbs beating down Wardlow got watered down so much.
Especially when you have Final Battle next month and ROH pay-per-view. So like, what are you doing? Like, so the booking has been a little bit choppy in AEW over the past month, not gonna lie. And then we got, I think that the Elite is coming back to face on Death Triangle. That should be a good match.
Are they just gonna announce that and don't bring them niggas back? Was it a promo package? It's like, man, they just like announced it on Twitter or some shit like that. Like,
then the Death Triangle's been defending the championships, and then they're like, whoever who's next up, they have been having like them fading away and all that shit happening. Now they appeared as the graphic for Full Gear. And I was like, oh yeah, they didn't appear, but they put them on a graphic as their challengers because it was a mystery of the challengers for Death Triangle. We all knew what the fuck it was. And then Pac was like, you know what? We knew it. And you might think that this is a surprise, but no, we've been waiting for you guys. We've been waiting for you. And they dropped the mic and left it off. But I guess they want to make the appearance at Full Gear, the first appearance of them since their suspension. So that makes sense to me as far as that. And the match should be good. You don't need an angle for that per se. You don't need to have them on TV. But the TNT Championship, little shot shaky. Definitely do want to tune into Saraya and Britt Baker to see Saraya's first match back. We'll see if she still got it, and it's a big match for Britt Baker too because
I don't get this Jade angle with Nyla Rose either, but I like it. I
think it's entertaining. I think that is good. I think it's something fun, and then also she's a challenge for Jade, because she's not some small girl.
Hell, so she's not like most girls.
So she's not like most girls, and it's gonna be a fight. Yeah. So we'll see how that turns out. Full Gear should be fun, even though it didn't get us as hype as you may have wanted it to be, and as far as storytelling. But that has always been AEW's weakness. That as far as the booking of it, it's not bad at all. I think that I'm into what we're gonna see then. I think that's this MJF angle, as as you may put it. It may or may not go down well or not. We'll see. But we should be getting a great trios match. We should be getting I'm not sure if they even announced the TNT Championship match. We got, the ROH Championship in a Fatal 4-Way, which should be interesting with all those competitors. I got to hand it to Chris Jericho. He's still performing at a high level. He had a dip for a while, but he is performing at a high level right now.
And high level for him, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, for where he's at right now. So I got to give him his props. He got back in shape, and that match, the tag team match he had this week, was actually really good.
He left alone the bubbly.
Left alone the bubbly, for real.
Yeah, good.
But moving on, anything else we need to discuss?
I mean, shout out to Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm.
Forgot.
Looking like they was about to kiss. Shout out.
You know what? I feel bad for Tony Storm. I think she should turn heel. I think that whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like everything is overshadowing her reign completely. I feel bad for her.
Absolutely.
She needs to beat Saraya's ass. Honestly, she needs to kick her ass after this whole thing is over. You know?
I mean, that's gonna be difficult to watch because Soraya doesn't take any moves from the back, and Tony Storm is Tony's move is the Tiger Driver, right? So is she gonna be able to take like power bombs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's gonna be pretty difficult to pay. That's gonna be painful to watch, honestly.
That's kind of boring. Come on, a woman that doesn't take it from the back, that's just lame.
All right, we're done. What's going on, Matt? Thank you for tuning in to Reason Russell. I am the German Lion Tony. He's my tag team partner, CC, aka TJ. So we do not get canceled.
Listen, man, I didn't know that was the rules. Is that in the terms of service? All right,
man.
but yeah, I think that's. Is there anything else we really got to talk about?
Honestly, I don't think that's it. I don't have
Just come on. Yeah.
Oh man, we can't be making jokes about Soraya, especially knowing her history.
Oh, I didn't mean like that. I was just saying it's just the terms. Hey, listen. Soraya, I love Soraya.
You said the terms of the times.
Dude, you said you can't take moves from the back. I mean, god damn, I can't like not take that opportunity to make a joke. It was like a layup. Like, come on, man.
Yo, you feel like you sound like Dave Chappelle. We can't do comedy anymore.
I'm like, god damn, yo. Dude, you can't say nothing. You can't say.
But one time before we get out of here, Jets played New England. They got the Patriots as a slight favorite, which is pretty crazy. Also, the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns game has been moved to Detroit.
Yes.
It is so much fucking snow coming into Buffalo.
I just hope we don't get it over here in Rockland and New York. I pray, because I got a game that night too. It's gonna be cold as shit.
Yeah,
but
you still playing flag football, bro?
Yeah, I'm still playing flag, man. We undefeated.
I'm telling you this right now. Ain't no way I'm playing outside flag football in the cold, brother.
Nah, we playing in the cold, man.
Nah,
you got listen, man. We getting up in age, man. We got to take care of our bodies, and we got to be active, man. Come on, you can do it. I believe you can do it.
Not in the cold,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You keep yourself warm by keep running. You wear a hoodie. You put your gloves on. Got my do-rag. I go out there. I ball out.
This nigga talking about, all right, if it's snow, I know your ass.
No, it's snow. I ain't going for no. I don't like getting wet. No, I'm good.
Look at Cheaty talking about sugar melt. You know what I'm saying? I'm sweet on you hoes.
What? I'm not even sure if I understood that.
Oh, man.
All right, man. Listen,
right, man.
It's been a good one.
It was
SmackDown tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we did a book in black, but we booked everything. God damn it.
I mean, we booked. Oh! Shout out to Swerve and Bowen. Bowens is a goer. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was good.
Shout out to the homie. Like that's how. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? We may not have a book in black, but we gonna damn sure show that shit. Listen, man. Listen. Book in black. Shout out the Acclaim. Shout out to Swerve Mark Glory. Keith Lee, Swerve, gotta fucking have that breakup. Gotta have that match, please. That gotta happen at Full Gear. Please. That match has to happen at Winter is Coming. Please. That's our book in black. Please. Break this fucking tag team up. Please. Fuck.
Another book in black.
Fuck.
Another looking back. Shout out to Top Flight and AR Fox. Yo,
Yes.
future AEW trio champions. They killed it. AR Fox still can go like crazy.
Woo!
And freaking Dante Martin looks like fucking Spider-Man out there. That was great.
Shout out to Darius Martin. No, Darius Martin, my nigga, missed 13 months by tearing his fucking ACL.
Yeah.
Clawed his way back. Clawed his way back. Came back. Performed. Had a car crash.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Was out another
Welcome back, Darius.
7 months. My nigga missed a total of fucking 20 months, 21 months of not being able to fucking go. Shout out to my nigga Darius, man. You fucking is a that yo, you're a dog.
No, you got a story already booked for you. You know, you came back from just tragedy and just anybody that can fight that hard to get back in the ring and still perform deserves respect.
Sure.
But yeah, I think those trios championships deserves to go to AR Fox and Top Flight one day. And them versus that match with that triangle was awesome. Probably the match of the night, in my opinion.
It was, man. Yo, it's gonna be a great ass weekend, man. It's gonna be a busy ass weekend for your boy. When we get off the phone here or off the call here, you know I gotta tap in being the dad. Not only that, my dad in town. When my dad leave, her dad in town.
Shout out to Pops.
It's just a Pops.
Pop squared.
Yo,
Pops tripled. Pops cubed. Pop smoke.
Yo, man. So yeah, man. But it's just gonna be glorious, man. I want everybody that spent time to just tap in with our show. Thank y'all for listening. I want y'all to have a happy Thanksgiving. Oh, Thanksgiving is on Thursday. We recording on Thanksgiving? What we doing?
That's a good question. I guess you got to tune in to find out. 420 Thursday. We'll see it. Depending on what happens. Maybe if not, you can definitely get us on Patreon. $5 just to tap in and check our podcast on the weekends.
Yo, you know what? Black Friday. Catch us on Patreon. Black Friday, baby.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
And check us out on eiwshop.com for Black Friday. And I should be going to a party on Black Friday, actually, that day. Soca event in Queens, I think. In Queens it is. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't done that in a minute.
Look at my guy's gonna be whining and whining.
We'll see. I'm kind of old now, so I'm like, let me just get some drinks and just watch people like I used to be, and just listen to music. Maybe talk to a couple of females and just see where it goes.
This nigga about the motherfucking. This nigga about to go back to the old. I'm about to take it back to the old me.
We'll see.
Take a nap before you go. You don't need to be sleepy in front of the hoes.
Shoot, the hoes, man, they'll take me as I come, man. They can get whatever they. If I'm sleepy or not. All
right, man. Peace out, Reasonable Wrestling. Y'all know
what it is. All love, everything is wrestling. We'll see y'all sometime next week, guys. Peace.